Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love to another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. We got Jordan JC and the pettiest man alive, P-Kid, in the building. We got to talk about some of these mock drafts that are out here, dog. It's mock season, and people are mocking people up all over the place, bro. Yeah, I mean, these guys are going mocking crazy right now. You know what I'm saying?
How many mock buds you got, man?
Quite a few, actually. Hey, they're all ready to mock you. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how many do you need? We can mock it up. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Got to react to, like I said, an interesting mock draft from NFL.com that believes the Bears not only go offense, but go offense heavy in the first round, so much so that they don't even address things in the second round, it seems. But got to talk about that. Also, got to look at some of these things around the NFL with some of the free agents who are out here. Now, some of these names may not get to free agency, but Danielle Hunter, I believe, is one. And so who would you rather have in a situation, Danielle Hunter or Chris Jones? Jordan did that conversation over on the Chicago Bears Breeze. Thought it was a good one to bring here. And then are the Bears focusing in the right direction this time? Are they actually because it's starting to feel normal again, guys. Starting to feel a little bit normal. Starting to feel like the Bears. We'll talk about all that and more on today's episode of Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. What's happening, boys? How y'all feeling today, man?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. I'm still recovering from all that buffoonery from yesterday, man.
Hey,
that best and worst was hilarious.
I'm just saying, Ringo almost died, bro. I was very concerned. I didn't know what was going to happen with Ringo.
Avenge me!
Avenge me! Did y'all see the clip I put out about generational? I didn't realize how hard I was going over the word generational talent. That seems to be a trigger for me, I guess. I don't know. I'm real sick of hearing that everybody's a generational talent in the draft.
Of the stuff off the desk. I'm like,
hey, bro.
That man went AWOL.
Not a generational talent.
Everybody's a generational talent, bro. I just don't believe it.
You can't keep calling everybody that.
You can't.
Somebody you could definitely build a franchise around. Not a generational talent.
Okay. You know what's generational talent? Here's the thing. This generational talent is the guy of the generation. That's my thing to me. It's the guy of the and it's turning into GOAT conversation, right? There's just the GOAT. You can't change what GOAT means. It literally says greatest of all time, and people go, well, there's a couple of them. No, it's greatest.
It's only one.
Greatest. Who's your one? Stop trying to include everybody. I'm sorry, LeBron fans. Anyway, so let's jump into this Bears conversation here. I started off with this NFL.com report, mock draft, and this was the first from Chad Reuter, and he put together a very interesting mock draft, I believe, where the Chicago Bears go ridiculously offense heavy to start things off. He has them starting off by taking the first overall pick, Caleb Williams. All right, I think most of us kind of can see that happening. We can see why that makes sense, but then with the third overall pick,
my buddy was reaching.
He has the Chicago Bears taking Marvin Harrison Jr. Now you see Jordan's face here. You see Jordan's face. How did we get to 3? How in the world are we getting to 3?
Well, let me break that down for you, Pat. You mind if I do that?
Go ahead, I guess. Sure. I was in the middle of a monologue here, but for me, right? Mock me, right?
Hey, mock you.
Yeah, I'm mocking you. You introduced it.
Whoa. Where's the flags? Where's the flags?
Yeah, we need.
How's introduce a bad word? What are you talking about?
I just got a tissue. I got a tissue.
Whoa. The subject and I can't.
Why was that tissue just so, never mind. Anyway, go ahead, kid.
Come on, man.
Is that happy or sad? Anyway, I'm so thrown off. I don't know what I said wrong. Anyway, blessed world we're in. Apparently, what I was trying to do in support of my brother Pat, for some odd reason, that's a pause-worthy phrase right there. I guess. Okay, avenge me.
No, you said I'm trying to mock you. That's what it was there.
Okay.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Play on words.
That was crazy.
Anyway, I don't know what's happening here. Anyway, I don't know what to do with my hands. Apparently, we get the third pick overall. Yeah, that was a pause statement right there. Jesus.
Get to the point, dog. Get there.
All right, listen. Anyway, all right, hold it down. We apparently get the third pick, JC, by trading with the Patriots.
So you're getting the first, and then you trade with So to number 3, what are you
Guess what
giving
we
the
trade
Patriots?
for the 3rd overall?
So
We
you
trade
would
our
be
9th pick and go ahead, say it.
you'd be
Justin
trading the
Fields?
9th overall pick. You'd be trading Justin Fields, and I believe he also has included in there a future 4th round pick. And I wanted to bring this to the panel because if you're the Bears, fine, love it, do it.
All right.
You're the Patriots, why?
Why?
And this
Yeah.
is my whole point with all of these mock drafts. Yes, it's mock draft season. Yes, I would love to see this be something that you're going to get done. But basically, what this mock draft is saying is that you can get Justin Fields, or you can get the 3rd overall pick for Justin Fields and a future 4th. Because all you're doing is a pick swap from 3 to 9, according to this. This is why you can't sit there and get all gung-ho and all excited by all of these mock drafts. Why would they do it? It makes no sense. Yes, you do get Justin Fields, but are you telling me that the Patriots are saying Justin Fields is worth the 3rd overall pick versus going out and getting Jaden Daniels and or Drake May, who, yeah, there's going to be some development there, and he's not an NFL-ready quarterback, right? But, like,
The only reason I
it
see
doesn't
that
seem
happen.
logical to me for the Bears to do that. And this is the NFL's website.
The only only way I can even see that happening, and again, definitely just like a shot in the dark here. The Patriots, Bill Belichick has been high on Justin Fields in the past. He's not there anymore. His current replacement, I forget the
Jared
gentleman's
Mayo.
name. There you
Jared
go.
Mayo.
It has been very high on Justin Fields. They are not in a situation to necessarily develop another QB right now. They're kind of like Jared Mayo is in a situation where he kind of has to produce as well. I know people don't really see it that way, but he's in a tough situation as well, being coming right after Bill and then the last 2 disastrous years they've had.
You got to hit the ground running.
He has
Mhm.
to.
Yes, you do have to hit the ground running.
And so I think he's there. I think this only alludes to the fact that they're trying to get someone where the learning curve is not that steep. Because no one is, and people are even walking their takes on Caleb back. Everyone's saying, hey, no matter who you get, you're going to have to give them a year. And right now, I don't think the Patriots would be in a situation, and this is kind of alluding to that they have a year to figure out that position while doing everything else. Again, hypothetical. I don't know. I'm just saying that's the only way I see it making sense. They like him. The Pittsburgh Steelers like Justin. There's some things there for those teams. I still think this is a shot in the dark. I don't see us getting the first and the 3rd, even if we trade. Yeah, that's stupid.
So here's the thing, and I of course I wanted to bring this up to go at the mock draft season, right? Everybody's mocking you to death out here, but at the end of the day, if there is something on the table, what do you think is realistic? What are you okay with giving up? Because I don't think that the Patriots would be completely out on Justin Fields in a scenario like this. I think that they would look at it and say, okay, we can get this guy, but we're going to need more. You're going to need more than a future 4th to get this deal done. What would you be willing to give up in the future for the Chicago Bears to get a deal like this done? Because listen, as a Bears fan, you can't sit there and say Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr., pairing that up with DJ Moore, pairing that up with Cole Kmet, pairing that up with what's already here, that you wouldn't want to see that happen.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the chat, and actually, this is the route that I was going to take. Mark, the general kind of mentioned it. Next year, we got 2 second-round picks in 25, right? And so, if in a scenario, a dream scenario, if you're talking about giving up more than just Justin in that 9th to go all the way up to 3, then I would try to package maybe that's as enticing as it could get if you package one of those second-round picks to move up to 3. I know before we talked about a scenario where maybe you can move up to 6 from 9 with the New York Giants for Justin Fields in the 9th pick. You got to give up a lot to get all the way up to 3 and
To
take
get to 3.
two very impactful, the 2 best prospects in the draft. Really. So that's a pipe dream to me. But I mean, if that's a possibility, I would think that's the route to take. You're not going to just give up a 4th along with JF1 in the 9th.
Yeah, I think that's the question, right? Is there a price that you think the Pats would be willing to do? Because I do agree with Kid in the aspect of they do have to hit the ground running. There's going to be a tough. You're replacing the greatest coach of all time in Boston.
Yeah,
Boston.
You think Boston's gonna give Jared Mayo 5 years to figure it out?
They don't have time.
Yeah, I mean, like he's got 3 seasons at best. Do you make something work with Mac Jones, who's currently there? Maybe try to fix the project that Bill Belichick broke. A lot of people don't believe in Mac Jones. A lot of people don't feel like he's the answer. Or do you go out and you try and add somebody who at least at a minimum is a dynamic player on the field, a guy that can make plays no matter what, and at least maybe that buys you a little bit of time. I think you could get something like that off if you do give up, like we talked about, that future second-round pick coming from Carolina. I expect that to still be a high pick. They're going to suck. And you're probably going to have to give up some of the draft compensation that you've acquired over the time here, right? Like you're probably giving up a later pick in this draft. I would think probably a third as well, and maybe a future first to try and make a move like that. And that's the question on how do you feel about generational? Because giving up a future first, that doesn't hurt as much if you're a winning team.
No, right.
If I'm giving you the 2029 first, I come away with Caleb Williams. I come away with Marvin Harrison Jr. There's a belief, at least in the front office, that hey, we're gonna be winning this year, at least by 2025. I said 2029. That was a long way away. At least by 2025, we're going to be winning, and so you have to bet on the fact that you don't believe that we can develop another quarterback. If you're willing to take that bet, I'll give you the future first, because in my front office's mind, they believe this is the guy that's going to get it done.
I always like these.
This is your pace swing. This is your swing for the fences move. This is your Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah.
If you make this move, honestly, it really is. Like if you make a trade like this to go get Caleb, go get Marvin, you're taking a Mitchell Trubisky type swing. Now, Mitch didn't work out. But you're taking a Mitchell Trubisky. Let's pair it up with a Khalil Mack type swing, right? We're all in. We're all in on these young guys.
Yeah, that definitely is the move. If you're saying that, then yeah, you definitely all in on the offense. Yeah.
I think the one thing that this says, and it even says it in this report, if anyone looks at it, obviously the QB conversation is going to dominate this draft because it's such a high draft, but it's also not just Justin Fields, but Russell Wilson. Where he lands, to me, or what conversations surround that, just basically based off of what his contract will stipulate, his buyout situation, he's not going to be as expensive as people think, even if you take it for a 1-year situation. Like, he's still a Hall of Fame QB, and toward the later half of that season, he actually played really well. And so for me, when I look at mock drafts like this, I'm like, hey, who's to say that the Patriots wouldn't go that route, since they know they have to hit the ground running? Who's to say things of that nature? So I take that with a grain of salt. There's some teams that absolutely need a QB, and they could go either way, but they may not be in the space to reset their franchise or take the gamble on a new QB. Some of these people literally have rosters where they have to try to capitalize of what they already have. And again, Russell Wilson, correct me if I'm wrong, Pat. And JC, I think you reported this. I think he would come in on a very team-friendly deal if he was cut, right? If they released him.
I mean, in theory, yeah. Like, he's getting cut for $37 million. Like,
I mean, he ain't team friendly for the Broncos, but I mean, like, forever pick him up. Right?
$37 million, you go do whatever you want with life. You would think that he would be more open to try and putting himself in the best situation then, which usually involves you taking less of a deal. OBJ, right? Remember, OBJ gets cut by Cleveland.
Yeah.
He says,
Rams,
pay me, what do you get, like 800,000 in Bitcoin or something like that for the Rams? Which
it was a cheap deal.
Hey, seemed like a genius move. Horrible investment now, right? Like, what did that end up being now?
Well,
like,
it's bouncing back. It's bouncing back.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying, like, you got a $800,000 paycheck that what is it valued at now? I think last I saw they said it was valued at basically like $250K. So, but he got a Super Bowl ring out of it. He gets a ring. He did get a ring.
And it's other teams on this list that I think that, like, realistically, I like. Again, this is just a mock draft. I'm not trying to just kill this writer, but I do have to understand the logic. The Giants are not taking a quarterback in his draft.
You know what? Here's the thing.
We think that they will, right? We think they should.
I don't know.
They may go free agency,
because here's the thing, right? I think they probably have to. I think they probably have to go free agent. Listen, Russ, right? Maybe Russ is the answer there.
Right.
I think you have to go free agent just because after Jaden, who do you care about? Right? I don't know what Bo Nix is a project. I got projects on my squad already. I can't go project right now.
Hey, I get the
Penix is he's
Penix
good, but
is
he's an injury
dog,
risk.
bro.
Penix is a major injury risk. You cannot take
Dog.
Michael Penix at 6.
Yeah, no.
Like Penix to me is like Penix might fall a long way.
Yeah.
You know what? The injury concern, I get it. I don't think he should. I think talent-wise, I think honestly, if it wasn't for that concern, we would be having that conversation a lot more than Jaden Daniels, to be honest with you. Because the tape is impeccable.
He faces better competition than Jaden to me on a more consistent, or at least he did this year. Over 200 in the chat. My bad, I missed the 100. But
that was quick.
Over 200 in the chat. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, like I mean, Penix he's too banged up, bro. Like I don't think that he can't play in the NFL. I'll be honest with you. If he was healthy, wouldn't you think Penix would probably be above May?
He'd be up there in the conversation under Caleb. Yeah, because I mean, without injury, you can tell that he's talented. I compared him, and here or there with this comparison, but he reminds me of Tua in the way that he throws the football. And I mean, Tua's been serviceable. He's been pretty good with Miami with talent around him, and so you throw Penix with a good team, I think he can give you the same type of production. But with that injury risk that's a question mark. The same with players like Latu, like the talent is going to be there, but are they going to be available? That's the biggest ability is availability.
Yeah. So first off, I didn't realize he was in college in 2018. Like Jesus, how old is this guy?
Well, he ended up getting the COVID year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
he was 2018. 2018, he was a redshirt freshman. 2019, he actually got to play. 2020 was COVID. So you got the year back. In 2021, he got the year back basically again. Like, I ain't gonna lie. But you know what? Here's the thing about college football.
And he ain't been injured in 3 years.
Here's the thing. No, it ain't about injury. Like, they took the season off. Like, they shut down the college football season and whatchamacallit. And he got injured this year. He was injured in the whatchamacallit game.
He did get injured this year.
That man, I don't know what he was playing with, bro. That man had a rib pad. He had a leg pump going on. Like that. Hey, they sent him out there. They was like, go gadget body. But I love here's the one thing that I will say about Bears fans, right? There are moments where we can come together. Somebody said trade Justin and pick, what was that? Jerome said trade Justin and pick 9 for pick 3. Like that's what I want everybody to, all I want people to do with the mocks is this.
Think.
Don't ask, no, not even think. Just ask, because people see these and they just like NFL.com said, like, just ask, why would the other team? Whatever the team is, that's how I always treat mock drafts. Whenever I see it, when I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. Here we go. Like, why would the other team do it? Why would the Patriots do it? Yeah, to me, the only reason that you can say is, yes, they have to hit the ground running. Justin, a 9 and a future 4. You know how much I got to believe in Justin? You're basically saying Justin is worth the 3rd overall pick.
Sounds like I need to keep him. That's
exactly what the point I was going to make. We had this argument before about if you're going to go into the first round, unless like what we talked about with Pittsburgh, maybe a lower first round pick, 20 for Justin. I'm not giving up Justin. If you're going to say that he's worth or valued at 3 in the overall draft, that means that dude is obviously he's met expectations. So why would we even trade him in the first place?
It doesn't mean he met expectations.
Hey, you give me the 3rd
for 3.
Pick. Hey, you give me the 3rd overall pick for Justin Fields. I appreciate you playing the work version of my game.
I'm saying, bro, but Justin Fields, if he's worth that high of a pick, that means he shouldn't even be on the trade market anyway.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Thank you for doing business, JC. Hey, listen, this is Monopoly, baby. Thank you for
that. Hey, no, don't even try that with me. No,
JC gambling. He giving up the orange.
Don't you try that with me.
Hey, listen. Because here's my thing. I would have gave up Justin can go if they offer me 8 from Atlanta. If they offer me 3, I'll pack his bags for him. I like Justin. I want Justin here. I think Justin can be a franchise quarterback. If somebody offers you the 3rd overall pick in the draft for Justin Fields and your 9th pick,
holla at you, my boy.
If we're talking about Justin Fields as we know he is now, yeah, I'm not oblivious to that. I'm saying in a world where Let's just
But
be
it's the
honest.
only
Do we
year we
really
can
think
trade him.
this is realistic? Do we really think this is realistic?
No. I don't think.
Hey, wait. You gotta let him go. You go in a world where what, JC? I want to hear where you go with this. In what world?
In
In
a
what world?
world,
In
In the
what
world.
just
world are you
imagine
trying to
one.
paint this picture
Just
that he is worth
follow me down
more
this
than a
yellow brick
third?
road real quick. In a
I just gotta
world where
understand it. What world?
Justin Fields is actually legit, and he has met expectations. The man is the first 4,000-yard quarterback passer on the Bears. He's rushed for 1,000 yards, got 30+ touchdowns, 10 interceptions, like he had an all-world season. But we're saying we're going to give him up for a 3 just because we like the talent at the top of the board with Caleb and MHJ.
Let me
I'm
ask you
not
this.
giving up Justin Fields if he's proven, if he had an MVP season. That's what I'm
Pat.
saying.
Let me ask
Currently
you.
constructed, yes, of course we're going to give up Justin
Currently
for a 3.
constructed. Do you think Justin Fields is really about to do that next season?
No, absolutely not.
All right, then you get rid of him. There you go.
No,
He can't do.
I'm
don't think he's
I'm
gonna
not
do it.
that dumb. I ain't saying I'm.
I
I'm
just
don't
saying,
think
I'm
he's
just-
dumb. I'm just saying, like, if you don't think he's about to do it next season, what we holding on to him for? Because if he don't do it next season, then
Look.
guess what? I've picked up this 5th year. Now we having this real contract talk, and you ain't gave me 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 10 INTs, baby.
If a GM is that, if he's that confident in thinking that he can change Justin, where he's like, oh yeah, give up the 3.
Oh,
Pat,
and that's
right
how
ahead.
far is it from O'Hare from your place? 15 minutes.
Hey, that's the best part. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like the part that's gonna be interesting is who's gonna have the ego.
Yep, and
They're
they're
not
all
that I
over the
think you have
place.
to do. I don't believe you have to do a ton with Justin. I think you can fix Justin and develop him and be successful on the Chicago Bears with him. I think you can win football games next season, be in the playoffs next season with Justin. But if somebody pick up that phone and they go, yeah, we got this 3rd overall pick, give us Justin a 9 and a future 4th. Oh, you
Man,
crazy. And I'm gonna be real with you. I think to that point, if I can get the 3, because I'll say this, I believe in Marvin Harrison Jr. 10 times more than I believe in Caleb Williams. I know in my mind, I know he's going to hit the field and he's going to be able to play football. I know that he's going to be out there and we're going to be like, man, remember how good his dad was? He's going to be even better.
Yeah.
I fully believe it. So if I get the opportunity to put a quarterback that I think is going to have more struggles than people think, but can definitely play and can play at an NFL level, if I put him with MHJ and DJ Moore, I feel safer moving forward. And so for me, I'd be more willing to give up, right? Say Justin a 9. Let me pull up Bears draft compensation here.
Why
Justin
you do that?
a 9, I would say
I'm going DM. I never said he threw for 4,000 yards. Are you listening?
That's one you go all in on to me, right?
Hypotheticals.
Am I the only one thinking that? I would say if you could pull something like that off, right? Like I would give you 9, Justin. I would give you pick 75 in this year's draft. That's our 3rd round pick. And I would give you the future 4th.
I can give you the future 4th. I can't give you any more from this year's draft because
I'm giving you more from this year's draft because I believe that's that level of player.
Who are you talking about?
I believe in MHJ way more than I believe in Caleb.
I'm gonna say this, like, no,
I agree with that. Right.
But I think we still need to get a good center, and by the 3rd round, most of them are going to be drafted.
100%.
So to give that up, I can't give that up because no matter who's behind that, I have to agree with this. If you don't have a good center, we don't have anyone in front of Caleb, Justin, whoever it is, it's not going to work. You know, whoever's throwing an MHJ, somebody has to be able to throw to him, get the ball to him. So like I couldn't see them doing that, but I would give up any of the draft capital specifically from 2025. I can see that happening.
I'm gonna be real with you because of this, right? You got 2 4th round picks. You still have an opportunity to move back up in the 3rd. It doesn't mean that you can't still go get pieces, right? There's still trades that can be made. You have future draft capital that can still be on the table, but you're gonna have to give up more than just the 1st, right? Like that, like you're the 9th overall pick. You're basically saying Justin and 9 is worth it because the future 4th, who cares? It's a part of it, but the future 4th, who cares?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I love, like, if we're gonna play this game, if we're gonna play this word game, right? If we're gonna play the game of Caleb in MHJ, I'm all for it. Cool. But there's not, and I could be wrong, and people correct me in the chat. I didn't do this level of research, but there's not as many highly touted centers in next year's draft or coming out next year, projected to as this year. The second and third round
I'm not that sure. I didn't. Yeah, we did.
It's supposed to be pretty solid. And so I know you can always draft when there's always going to be some kid that comes out. This year, I think there's some kids coming out that are really highly touted at that position.
Yeah,
I don't
you got a few.
Pass up on that.
Here's what I'll say. Ryan Poles got an eye for talent at offensive line in the draft.
Yes.
He be signing some dudes. I mean, Jesus Christ, get out of here with that. But in the draft, at a minimum, I feel like he's got an eye for offensive linemen right now. And that's why I'd be okay with him actually, right? Like I can live with it because I know he's not going to risk the future. Yes, we need a center. Yes, you 100% do. I would hate to have to go to free agency to get a center because gross. But I would also be willing to go out and take a look at a 4th round guy. I would also be able to go out and take a look at a 5th round guy because this offseason, I believe you got to sign somebody as a vet anyway. I wouldn't want a rookie. I don't want a rookie center in there. Like I know everybody, like Joe gets all excited and gets in a tizzy. He's like, just put all the kids out there. No, like the kids.
No, you killed me a couple of weeks ago when I said you need a veteran at that position. You definitely killed me on that one.
No. I said because you were talking about going and getting long-term pieces. I'm talking about getting a 1-year dude. Evan Brown, exactly what they just did with him in Seattle. Come here and do that. I'm gonna give you this check. I'm gonna give you $11 million. You're gonna snap these footballs this year because I know you can snap, you can run the system, and you can get up out of here. You were just with Shane Waldron. And guess what? At the end of the season, thank you for playing the work version of our game. We hope we wish you the best. And we hope that that door swings both ways on the way out, so you can pick which side you want to go out on. I mean, it sounds cruel, but honestly, right? Like they have a young guy that is in Seattle right now that they believed in last year, but they didn't want to throw him to the Wolves.
What were you saying, JC?
No, I'm just looking at the chat. One point that kind of stands out to me because I'm with the idea of maybe putting a center there if we were to keep an experienced quarterback like Justin Fields on the team. But I think trying to think who said this a second ago. Ken Burke says no rookie center can't trust a rookie making protection calls with the rookie quarterback. So if we were to go the Caleb Williams route or the Drake May route or whatever, you're having 2 rookies right there trying to make sure that they connect on each play. You know, snapping the ball, making sure they call out the defensive assignments and all like that. That's a lot for 2 rookies, you know, to have on their shoulders. So I agree with that part. But if we were to keep, you know, someone who's been in the league for 3 years now, along with Cedric Van Pran, which I've been high on, Powers Johnson, Zach Frazier was mentioned. Like, you can go get those guys in the 2nd or 4th rounds. I would trust that more. You know, I know what you all are saying about not having a rookie center or maybe bringing somebody in for a year and then letting them learn a little bit, getting a little bit more acclimated with the pro level. But, rookie with rookie is not the way to go.
I think it's also about, right, the center's your leader of your offensive line, no matter what.
Yeah.
The center's the dude that you're going to sit there and say, you run the show.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to put a rookie center in there to lead Tevin Jenkins, Darnell Wright, Nate Davis, guys who have been there? He's going to have help, right? But like, is that the move you're going to do? And now I will say this. I think it sucks because I feel like where we're at right now, we're sticking with Braxton. It doesn't suck, but I'm not.
You're not sold on
him. It's not
that I'm not sold on him. I just feel like he's a player that we do know what he is. Mm-hmm. Right? Guess what? If they bull rush, he going backwards. I get it. He's gotten better. He got better this season. I'm not saying he didn't get better. His hand placement is better. He a little light in the backside. You know what I mean? When they push backwards, he going backwards.
Get that man a play the oxtails, man.
And not to shift a little bit.
Are we having a debate in the chat with a dude named Zach the Potato?
I know, right? Not to shift a little bit on this one, but there's one thing the one thing I love about this one, even though it's a mock draft, even though we know this is probably not happening, is that it does buy into the philosophy that I believe in, that the Bears at some point we have to go full out offense. You have to really say, hey, I'm committed to fixing this offense because we know we can build a defense. We know that we're capable of finding that talent. No matter who's been in charge, some way, somehow, we found that talent. That's never been the issue here, realistically, more times than not. I know there's been some times I did the research. Yeah, there were some down years. But I mean, like, realistically, we get that part. I don't mind the Bears taking an all-out offensive onslaught trying to fix that, because realistically, that's what we need, and that's what you need to keep up.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that coming up next, because I do think that is something that I have a question on that. And maybe we'll flip the topics around in the order that we do it, but you brought it up. So I have a question on, are we focusing the right direction? Because a lot of what we're hearing is what we've heard our entire lives. We'll talk about that after a message from our sponsors. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https:/aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love to another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. While we were in that Aura commercial, we broke over 300 in the chat. Appreciate y'all for showing love, man. 300 in the building. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We have so much content coming you guys' way, man. Jordan JC over on the Chicago Bears Breeze dropping content Monday through Friday. P Kid over on the Bulls Breeze dropping content. We got so much stuff. I mean, there's a lot to talk about here. And a lot to talk about here. And
I had Kool-Aid McKinstry hot and ready.
You had, yes, you did. You had Kool-Aid McKinstry hot and ready. And it wasn't the flavor you liked? Is that what was going on?
Yeah,
or what happened
it
with
was
that?
a little mango. I like fruit punch. You know, I got to change
it.
Wait
a minute.
I've never had a mango Kool-Aid.
First off,
low-key mango Kool-Aid is it.
Here's my issue.
Yes.
You saying flavors.
Where
you get flavors from?
It's all colors, my G.
What are you talking about?
What flavor is mango Kool-Aid? Bro, the only kind of Kool-Aid I've had is red, blue, green, and then on a rare occasion, if we was feeling zesty, we made brown Kool-Aid.
It's a spot that's not open no more called Sandwiches. You only took cash there. This man had like 30 different flavors of Kool-Aid, and I tried mango and was hooked.
I hate to tell you this, JC, that was probably heroin. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Show love.
Probably. Not gonna repeat that. Don't want to get.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Peach mango, purple too, raging, of course. Purple. That's how you get brown Kool-Aid.
I just gotta understand
brown Kool-Aid. Y'all didn't know about brown Kool-Aid, folks?
Peach mango, that's it. Yep.
I'm gonna say this though.
Hey, J. Crit, I agree.
Between the reds, because there was a cherry and there was a strawberry. So which red did you drink?
Red. It was bright red, and then
red. Punch was red too. So which one did you drink?
It was bright red and red.
Kareem is definitely right. Crack in a pack.
Bruh, purple.
I'm just saying, bro. Like it was one or the other. There was bright red, and then there was red. Brandon said, bruh, purple or red.
Sandwiches in Dalton. Yep, JB.
I gotta go red. I ain't gonna lie. Purple Kool-Aid was fire, but you had to add the literal right amount of sugar for purple Kool-Aid, which was like, you had to fill it. Yeah, you just throwing it because at a certain point, like if you had too much sugar, it was like I don't like that tang that's coming with it. And if you had too little sugar, it was like this tastes like watered down purple. You know what I mean when I say that.
It's a shame I know exactly what he's talking about. Watered down purple.
We might as well just made this a segment. Everybody crack it up.
Hey,
Dog, I mean, this
we
is
used
just
to have the
honesty.
Kool-Aid. We used to put the Kool-Aid and sugar and like eat it in school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We did that.
Why was we doing it? We would literally buy a 25-cent pack of Kool-Aid, put with some sugar in a Ziploc bag, and take it to school. Why did we do that?
Oh, because you're just looking for like a bottle of water or something.
Like, hey, dog, we should have just made the Kool-Aid. Why we take the ingredients to school?
Hey, yo, I have no answers for you, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. We literally did that and would have baggies that literally looked like it was paraphernalia.
Facts, bro.
We selling
Kool-Aid and sugar.
Cocaine. Yo,
bro, we literally used to make
Kool-Aid. Hey, literally.
Hey, you just unlocked a memory right there, dog.
Then you cut the edge of the bag, just pour it out a little bit.
This is right. Hey, we was selling it. We was selling it at school.
Kool-Aid in the corner of the sandwich bag.
My mom got so mad because we wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid, bro. She had no idea what was going on. And like we would go to school and she'd be like, the Kool-Aid missing, but we ain't never got no Kool-Aid. And bro, we was selling the bags at school. I would mix you a bag for $1.50.
Oh, you was coming up.
The Kool-Aid pack cost 25 cents.
You was coming up. I was gonna say you definitely got a profit.
Yeah, I mean, like
you definitely got a profit.
That's hilarious, man. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button. Clearly, we've all struggled here. Joe will be sitting in this conversation right now, like, what are they talking about?
What is going on?
They put sugar in their Kool-Aid?
Nah, you know Joe's era. They put peppermints in pickles.
Oh, what?
Ooh. On God, ask them. They used to put the candy cane or peppermints in the pickle and eat the pickle with the candy cane.
Yeah, that's some suburban type stuff. I ain't never heard of that.
Hey, I'm from the burbs, and nah, we ain't do that.
You ain't heard it?
I ain't gonna lie, that wasn't bad. It just wasn't something. They used to get the spicy one too. They get the hot pickle, take the top off, and put the peppermint in it.
That's concerning, bro. Yeah, that's probably explains a lot. That's where the hair went. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's where the hair went. That's where the hair went. Let's jump into this conversation. Before we went to break, man, Kid brought up a very interesting conversation about kind of how the Bears are building this. What would you like to see the Bears do? You want to set it back up, Kid?
Oh, absolutely. Like realistically, and I've said this plenty of times, going off this mock draft, they're going offense heavy. I do believe that at one point we need to take that approach. We need to go full out offense and really build that out because we had so much success building the defense. This alludes to that. What are your thoughts on it?
I would ask the chat this. Are we doing it again? What are the names we're bringing up in free agency?
Danielle Hunter.
Chris Jones. Yeah. Maybe a few safeties. Yeah.
Are we doing it again? We ain't talking about the wide receivers. We're not talking about the running backs Joel's talking about the running backs, but I'm not talking about the running backs. Yeah, I mean, like we're not talking about the I think there's also a balance of you have to have the right names for you to go out there and get it. And these are still integral pieces that you need. But you got to understand, if you go get Danielle Hunter's 20 plus million. You got Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson's, you know you're re-signing him. He's already 20 plus million. If you go Chris Jones is 25 plus million.
Hey, baby.
My baby is in the building.
Hey, baby.
What's going on?
Hey, she didn't walk up like that. Hey, baby. We're talking center, or we're talking safety. We're talking 3-tech. We're talking edge rusher. We're having the same conversation we always have. Are we looking to build a dominant defense again and again, not focusing that money on the offensive side?
I do believe that all right, so let me say this. Yes, I do believe that that's happening, but I also think it's necessary so that we don't waste our draft picks now, especially with this particular draft having so many offensive weapons. I don't think this is the draft where he goes out and he reaches to get that safety or things of that nature. And we haven't been rumored to do that. I think now that's the reason why you do it. And the reason why the thing that supports it the most is if you look at the 49ers, what kept them in the game?
Defense.
If you look at the Chiefs, what kept them in the game?
Defense. It's
Defense.
not don't go. And my point isn't don't go build the defense. My point is, are we prioritizing the defense financially too much? But it's the only way to do it, right? Like, you got names out here available that you're not going to have every year. Danielle Hunter is 16 and a half sacks. Chris Jones, did he get 20 sacks this year?
No, he had 12 and a half.
16 and a half.
12 and a half.
I don't know how many sacks.
Yeah, 12 and a half.
I think Chris Jones over that.
No, I think I looked at it recently. I think it was 12 and a half this year.
I may be wrong. 10 and a half sacks. Okay. 10 and a half. He had 15 and a half last year. That's my mistake.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
But a guy who from the middle can get 10 and a half sacks. Like,
yes.
I'm not saying don't prioritize it, but you know the cost of that. You still have to re-sign Jalen Johnson. You're going to invest $40+ million into the defensive side that you invested in the middle of the season, $25 million into with Montez Sweat.
But I actually agree with that, though. I actually agree with him drafting the young, using these draft picks to get young, to actually get the offensive talent that we need. We have DJ Moore locked up. We thought we had to repay him soon. I think we have him for another 2 years. Fact check me on that one. I think it's 2 years.
DJ Moore's under contract. Yeah,
we have him another 2 years. We do have some opportunity to get the 3-tech. I see that in the draft. That would be the one thing I will say.
Chris Jones or Justin, Justin Metabike? Yeah.
From the Ravens, yeah.
But outside of that, I think you go for offense. And then again, everything. I mean, I put it to you like this way, Pat. There was nothing wrong with the way the Bears were built around Mitchell Trubisky. He just couldn't capitalize on it. He had a defense that put him in a good position. We had decent enough, maybe not the best receiver.
Have a left
we had
tackle.
Decent enough. We had decent enough talent. We just didn't have people to execute high level. And now you get to replicate that. If you can replicate that situation with a better QB and 2 premier wide receivers, DJ Moore, maybe MSJ, no one will sit there and bat an eye at that. Everyone's going to sit there and say, you do that. And that's what it's looking like. You're looking like you can replicate that situation with better talent.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about the wide receiver pool when we went into the free agency discussion.
Good wide receiver pool as well.
Yeah. You know, you Mike Evans, right? You got. I know
T. Higgins, Mike Evans, Michael Pittman. Now, a lot of these guys are probably getting tagged by the teams they're on. You also have to take that into account.
All those guys.
Calvin Ridley out there, Marquise Brown out there, Gabe Davis out there, Mooney is out there, who I think is going to Kansas City. Curtis Samuel out there, OBJ out there, Tyler Boyd. Those probably a top 10.
Yeah.
Tyler Boyd. Ooh.
Tyler Boyd on that team is probably the third best receiver.
Right there.
But Tyler Boyd is underrated, I think. Like, if you put him on a team that's probably, he's the wide receiver too, he could probably break out a little bit like T. Higgins. But no, going the route of offense in free agency versus the draft, I would address it in the draft more so. I think you take a hit, you take a chance on these big names in the free agency pool because those are the guys that are really going to impact. And by the way, the defense to me is already more addressed than the offensive side, even 100%. On the lines.
Well, you've gone draft heavy more so, right? Like, I don't think the biggest offensive draft pick that Ryan Poles has made is Darnell Wright.
Yeah.
Roshan Johnson hasn't really had a shot to do that yet.
Right, he hasn't gotten a shot.
Tyler Scott was put in a position to do a lot, and we was all just like, well, okay, all right, we're doing this. That's the thing. Like, maybe he'll get better next year. You know what I mean? Like, you've gone, your biggest offensive get is your first round pick last year. It looks like a hit. But for the rest of it, you went Tyreek Stevenson, you went Terrell Smith, you went Javon Dexter, you went Zach Pickens, you went Gordon is the year before that, right? Bayless Jones year before that. Yep. That's your other offensive pick there for the most part. Calm down, JC.
Sorry, every time I get a little
you say Bayless' name 3 times, he fumbles a punt. But
hey, it looked like he played for 49ers last night, bro.
Oh God,
that man muffed that punt. I was like,
man would have been sitting right next to Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, he got nudes on somebody in that building, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, he had nudes on somebody, bro. There's no way that you kept him around no matter what.
So you want to let me go?
Tyler Boyd is the only person out of that list I'd go after.
I mean, I go after a lot of the names on that list, but I
Mike
don't think
Evans,
any
I
of
think
them.
he wants too much. Plus, Mike Evans statistically is, if not the top 3, I think he may be the best receiver in the league.
Who?
Statistically.
No. CD Lamb.
Yeah, you wildin'.
No, he was top. They had a statistic
CD
going into
Lamb
the
is
playoffs. He was top 3 regular season.
Statistically,
No, you
CeeDee
said the
Lamb is the best
best.
wide receiver in the
CeeDee Lamb is
NFL.
the
I mean,
best.
y'all know I think Tariq Hill is the best
He's
receiver.
still behind. He's still behind. I mean, if we just talking statistics, he's still behind Tyreek Hill. He's still behind CeeDee Lamb. I would say better. Justin Jefferson
You would
still
say top
better.
5.
Jamar Chase still better. I think he's a top 10 wide receiver.
Jamar Chase got shut down a little
In
bit.
a season where they're all healthy, he's not top 5.
He's been consistent though.
He's top 10.
No. He's
definitely
good.
consistent.
He's not good. He's a Hall of Famer. Mike Evans is going in the Hall of Fame. I wouldn't say don't go get Mike Evans. My thought process is Mike Evans probably not going nowhere. He probably going to be in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that plays into this too. That plays into the conversation on what is the best case scenario for the Bears here. You also got to talk about who's available, right? We can sit there. I'll say this, right? These are the offensive tackles that are out there right now. Y'all say stop when I get the one that you actually want. Mike Onwenu, Jonah Williams, Tyron Smith, Mekhi Becton. We had Tyron Smith.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you want to stop. All right. How much he costs?
I don't know how much he costs. That's on the other hand. That's the thing. I don't know that.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know that part at all.
And that's why I'm saying, right? Like, that may be a name, but also Tyron Smith. Is Tyron Smith going to actually hit the market? These are guys who are up for free agency. Are you going to hit the market?
That's true. Yeah.
So it's not to say I'm against how Poles is doing this. Y'all know what it is over here. First, we need the new picture, but I mean, we still got the old original right here, right? You see, yeah. I got these cards right here. You see what I'm saying? I mean, what's going on over there, Jordan? Hey, Jordan, what you got over there? Marvin Harrison Jr., we coming for. Yeah, don't worry about that. No, trading everybody, baby. Trading everybody. That's like it's always going to be in Poles we trust. But do you feel like the conversation is the same as what we've always heard? Or do you feel like it's more so because of the situation that we're in right now with the NFL?
That's what it is. I think it's just situational. I think the Bears are unfortunately the one team that has never, well, not just the one team, but we've just never gotten the offensive side right. And we're historically bad at that. We're historically bad at the QB position. Unfortunately. So it seems like we're always in this carousel because of it.
Yeah.
But I also look at the fact that I think Shane comes in with a little more, I can't necessarily say that, but currently he comes in with a nice resume that gives me hope that we don't have to continue to go through that. Defense is always necessary. Like no matter what, I think, Patrick Mahomes said it several times. The defense is the whole reason they even made it this season. It's highly underrated.
The defense
called it out.
The defense is the reason that they win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Mahomes scores the final touchdown, but make no mistake,
he threw an interception. They got that 3 and out. And they were right back in.
San Francisco.
Yeah, good point. Yep.
San Francisco also having to deal with Set Hut. Oh, Chris Jones is in my face on a third and 8? 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 with Ayuk wide open.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
That's probably a completed pass. If it's not Chris Jones, and you think about the Super Bowls that are won, right? I think about to the conversation of where do you invest your money in, right? A lot more teams have gone in the wide receiver position versus the offensive line position. Think about the Bengals. The Bengals win that Super Bowl. Jamar Chase is down the sideline, cooked.
Oh yeah,
cooked.
Who was that? Jalen?
No. Yes.
It was Jalen.
Jalen Ramsey.
He got cooked
down the right side. I mean, so wide open, it's over. Aaron Donald. One grab, one pull down, the game's over. the defense does matter. I'm not saying that it doesn't. It's why we got to the Super Bowl before. It's why we've always gotten to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But you have to, I want to see that balance of defense and offense. The one thing we didn't see from 06 was the balance.
But if I could add to your point, how you construct your team and why hitting on your QB so early within their progress makes all the difference. You're able to do that. I'll go back to the Eagles. Kansas City shut them down. They shut a lot of those gadget plays that they have for Jalen Hurts and stuff like that, but they were able to build that team, keep those people there. Why? Jalen Hurts didn't get paid yet. A lot of those people were already there because that contract hadn't hit yet.
Yeah.
He's paid now. Now look what the conversations are. That team is being restructured. Obviously, you have some success. People move on, but like all of that stuff started to happen.
Yeah, they aged out a little bit more too. Like that. If I'm not mistaken, Jason Kelsey's the starting center on that championship team, right?
I mean, what championship team? I mean,
with Foles,
the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. Like Jason Kelsey's the center on the Super Bowl team.
10?
Yeah. Remember he had the crazy outfit at the
and that's what I'm saying. Like,
he doesn't have a ring.
Yes, he do.
Yes, he does. He was the one that had that crazy speech with the crazy Aladdin outfit.
Yeah. Jason Kelsey's the center on that Nick Foles championship team.
Jason Kelsey doesn't have a ring.
Yes, he does.
He does.
I vividly remember his outfit at the party,
which is wild. That's the part that you remember.
Oh, he does. My bad.
But yeah, no, but I'm saying like that team.
I just remember he did a podcast. He was like, I'm tired of not winning, and I'm like,
he been to.
Recently,
I'm just thinking like he never won one. I'm like, he had to win.
No, he went to the bowl. He went to and then they got to the title game this year, and got whooped. So, not the title game, but the game before the title game got whooped.
They beat by his brother last year.
Yeah, it is what it is. I must say, go celebrate with mom. Tears like yeah, you lost that one. Hey man, let's do this. Let's do this final ad read, break this down, and then finish off the show talking about who would we rather have as we sit here and have this whole conversation on which side of the ball should we focus on. Now we're going to talk about two defensive players we want to focus on. But first, do have to tell you guys all about Underdog. Underdog Fantasy is the best place for you to go and play. Just got on Underdog, and I mean, listen, they're giving you the best offers, the best deals that you can get in the bang for your buck. And with the promo code TWCB, you can get price matched up to $100. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, up to $100. You can go on the app. All you got to do, pick more than or less than for your favorite athlete's stats for that day. And if you get them right, cash money directly in your pocket. Pay no attention to the baby in the back. I'm not teaching her these things, but still focus in on the fact that with the promo code TWCB, you can sign up and get cash money in your pocket today, literally giving you $100 with the promo code TWCB. So tune in with us over on Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy, the best place for fantasy sports. All right, boys. Let's get back into this show real quick here. Now. Let's get back into this show because my daughter's getting sick of this. I wish y'all could see her right now. She's literally leaning up against the couch, but she's short enough to lean on it like it's a wall. Like, all right, brother, what's happening right now? We said an hour. We said 30 minutes. Like, she's getting a full lean right here. What are you doing? What you got to say? What do you want to say to the Breeze Nation? Say hi.
Hey.
You got to speak. Say bear down. Good
Bear
job.
down. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey, let's see if you remember the season over. False start. Yeah. Pass interference. What's pass
I
interference?
should get like 500 subscribers right there.
Yeah. What's holding? Yeah, you got to it. You got to it. I was dying laughing one day. We were sitting there. I was doing that on the Bears live call, and I don't know if it was Tricky Trips or something. Somebody in the comments that it was like, that checks out for a Bears fan. Teach her all the penalties that's gonna get called on us for the rest of her days. So I was like, yo, what an elite comment.
That's
Go watch
hilarious.
Stevie's and Daddy can finish the show, okay?
Well, we know roughing the passer won't be one.
Oh, we never get that.
She'll never know about roughing the passer. She will never know about roughing the passer, man. But no, here's the question I do want to bring to the panel. A question that Jordan brought up, and listen, break down your viewpoint on it, Jordan. That there's two names available in free agency that are big names. One is a piece that I believe is the linchpin of the defense. The other one is a piece that is going to bring pressure, and you've got a young man that may be able to develop in Javon Dexter. Danielle Hunter and Chris Jones, both available. Who should the Chicago Bears be prioritizing this offseason?
Well, to me, it depends on, which, the better of two goods do you want? We always talk about the position that is very important to kind of make this whole defense special, and that's the three technique. And so if you want to give any attention to that, obviously you're going to go the route of Chris Jones, which everybody is still saying in the chat. Got to go get Jones, Chris Jones, right? I technically I agree with that, because I believe even if you pass upon a talent like that with the 16.5 sacks with Danielle Hunter, you can still address edge better in the draft than you can address defensive tackle, because there's a stronger there's stronger players and more talent in the draft at that position than you have at tackle. In Jerzon Newton, Tavondre Sweat, like those are only two names that keep coming up in the earlier rounds. And so, I would go the route of Chris Jones, but then again, you have to factor in, well, with the whole contract situation with Jalen Johnson, how does that fit into play?
You're paying some bread. Listen, you're paying some bread, dog.
That might be $30 million, bro.
His tag is 33.
Oh, Lord. Hey, to get the best, you got to pay the most. I agree with that. We can't half-step this anymore. This is the offseason to do it. If you want the best, you got to pay. So, that's going to be up to Ryan Post to make that decision. Either way, you can't go wrong. Danielle Hunter is going to be an elite. We already talked about it. You pair him up with Montez Sweat, that's scary good.
Yeah.
But then also you pair up the interior with Chris Jones and Montez Sweat, that's scary too. So, which one would you want? I'm going Chris Jones.
I'm going Danielle because his Chris Jones costs too much. He just
I'm not even going Danielle because Chris Jones costs too much. I'm going Danielle because what did you invest in a second round pick and a player for last year? You drafted Javon Dexter to be a 3-tech.
Oh, so you're saying
a second round pick. A second round pick is
he needs to be on the field.
That's a starter. That's an impact player. You need to find a way to develop that young man. And I think he's got a lot of the talents that you can go out there and develop. I think you make your life a heck of a lot easier if you've got two guys on the edge who are going to be able to get pressure. He doesn't have to work as hard to create that pressure. Still want him to dent the pocket. Still want him to do everything I need a 3 technique to do. Heck, beat Tommy Harris. If anything, beat Tommy Harris. But I don't know if he's going to beat Tommy Harris. I feel like he's a little bit, he's a little bit small. He's a lot smaller, actually, probably than Tommy Harris was. I don't remember. Tommy Harris, I just remember being a mammoth of a man. Like Tommy Harris was a monster. But the biggest thing that the Bears can do now, to me, is you go out there and you allow the young guys that you've gotten to develop. And by doing that, right, like Zach Pickens not developing as a 5th round pick, maybe he develops slower. You feel better about that. Your 2nd round picks have to hit.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people worrying about the age in the chat. Both of them are 29 years old, I believe, when I looked it up. And so, when you're considering that.
Pause.
What's that?
Chris Jones just seems older because of how much we've heard the name and the impact and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's been around. He's been around a lot.
Yeah,
he's like Al Horford in the NBA. But my thing is like they're both 29 years old. So the age is that's at that point where it's like, all right, his production may be good for maybe 2 years at best. You're getting the best out of him. Yeah. But isn't that what you want to pair up with a really good young defense at this point? We're getting a good 5 years of really good defense out of these guys if you do it right. So you want somebody like that who could potentially be like how we had Akeem Hicks come in and be better. He's way better than what Akeem Hicks was. So that's how I look at it.
I like Ken Burke's comment saying I'd rather have Christian Wilkins at 3-tech. Again, the problem with Christian Wilkins is he going to get away. I'll say this. If you're going to invest in a 3-tech, one, you're not going to get I just don't think they're letting Chris Jones go. I get it. They can't pay both Jones. it's going to be hard to pay both Jones and Snead, and I think most people are like, you can't do that if you invest in the offense. You're probably just not investing that much in the offense. Like I hate to tell people that, but like this is the defense's era with the Kansas City Chiefs now. You just watched how you won that Super Bowl. You have a elite player. The biggest thing you need to do is find somebody who can catch.
But if I can actually,
Rasheed Rice is going to be number one receiver on that team.
Purely asking, and this is just for my education. Isn't this how the Patriots did it? The Patriots didn't invest a whole lot in their receivers, except for like a select handful of years. They invested.
They had one of the best slot receivers.
I mean,
in the game.
Listen,
different era too, but coming to the later half.
Randy Moss played for the Patriots.
Say it again.
Randy Moss played for the Patriots. Like
that was 07, wasn't it?
They still invested. Randy Moss played for the Patriots.
They won 4 championships after that.
They had 2 of the best slot receivers.
3 championships. They won 3 championships.
And what's your boy's name? The other slot receiver that was real good with
Wes Welker and Danny Amendola.
They paid them a lot of money. Yeah. They developed those guys.
You had from 07 to 2009. You had Randy Moss there. They lost with him. Yes, they did. But they also made the Super Bowl.
But the years that they actually won, they didn't have a big name receiver.
You also had the best tight end in the league.
You had the best tight end in the NFL. You had Gronk. Yeah, I mean, like
Edelman. Julian Edelman is what I was thinking about.
Edelman didn't get paid a lot. Like I'm just thinking about how the KC is doing it now. They're not necessarily, if you look at Patrick Mahomes' interview earlier, he talked about how he was going to be working with Hartman in the offseason to make sure he's one of the best receivers. It doesn't seem as if they're actually making those particular moves to invest in that, and they kind of have to. I can foresee Patrick actually making some moves with his contract to fill out the rest of it. It's kind of funny saying Patrick with Pat right there. It's just weird.
I'm laughing at Ken Burke's comment that I can't say on the screen.
Never mind. Yeah. I saw that. It was trying to push past it, dog.
Hey, that's funny to me, dog. I'm sorry.
Jay Crit they say they got those dudes out of bagging groceries. Shout out Jay Crit.
They probably
dog, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it's funny hearing like Edelman do his podcast now, because Edelman is very much like, bro, they paid Amendola. Remember they brought him over and he was like, bro, I'm very irritated that y'all brought him over. Like, y'all could have just paid me. But at that point, like, Amendola was just an athlete.
Yeah.
Amendola dang near was Velus Jones. He really was. If you get the ball in his hands, he could make anything happen. Not Amendola, I should say Edelman. If you put the ball in his hands his first few years in the league, he could do anything.
Yeah.
But getting the ball in his hands was dang near impossible because he kept dropping the football. He was not good. Like, that was a 4 or 5 year project that just one day ended up working out.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know, man. Like, that's one of those situations to me where I guess the investment wise, one way or the other, I'm not mad at what the Bears are doing right now. I'm not mad at the options that are available to the Bears, and it's because of what I look at with KC. Mm-hmm. And when I look at what Kansas City just did, yes, the offense is falling off now, but you had Kelsey and Mahomes come into a situation together where they both were able to go out there and be dominant players and link up at the same time. You also had Tyreek Hill in that situation, right? Is DJ Moore our Tyreek Hill? Do we have already? Can we pair up together? Or I guess for us it'd be Caleb Williams and MHJ, if you can figure out how to do that, or Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze. Is that the next step for the Bears offensively that is cost effective? Those are the questions you're left with in this offseason, man. Do you go cost effective on offense or defense? Because going all in on offense in the draft allows you to go all in on defense in free agency.
And that's called building both sides of the ball. While somebody wants to be a ghost. Anyway.
I don't know what's going on.
I was looking at that.
Hey, I love that moment. Hey, listen, enjoy those moments as you can. My kids are bigger now. They don't do that no more.
She just owned this motherfucker.
Hey, my kids just hop on me.
She said, I gave you an hour. I told you I wanted a cookie. Hey, man. Well, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, let us know how you guys feel in the comments below about anything that we broke down here. We will be live tomorrow at at 6. So tune in with us on that. Me and the super producer Joel Holt and Ringo, I believe, in the studio. Might even get a little Drew sighting in that mug. Drew was in there last night, but he didn't talk on the mic because he was still bitter about the dice roll. Crazy dice roll. It was crazy.
Oh boy. 1-2.
Hey, 1-2. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love for the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid. And of course, Jordan JC, it's your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. And my ghost down here. Y'all stay safe out of Chicago.